Hey everyone, so today we're going to be talking about every single Dragonmaid card that actually came out. Now I know this is a little late, but of course I just wanted to actually give my full thoughts on this particular archetype. I've already talked about 2 of the cards in a different video, so if you haven't seen that video yet then be sure to check it out because I'll leave a link in the description below, otherwise I might leave a link in the comment section. That being said, let's go over the few new cards that we haven't gone over yet. Firstly, we have Dragonmaid and I'll, level 2 Earth Dragon effect monster, 500 attack, 1600 defense, and each effect can only be used once per turn. First effect, if this card is normal or special summon, you can target one level 4 lower Dragonmaid monster in your graveyard and special summon it. So definitely really nice to summon your more smaller ones, but of course there is a dragon pretty much correlating to or corresponding to their respective maids, so it's definitely very interesting there. Second effect, at the start of the battle phase you can return this card to your hand if you do special summon a level 7 Dragonmaid monster from your hand or graveyard. So obviously the dragons are kind of like the masters here, and obviously the dragon maids themselves are pretty much the maids serving these dragons. Otherwise it could actually be them transforming to their actual original state. That'll be pretty cool to see more of the lore behind this. But the next card we have here is Dragonmaid Erd, level 7 Earth Dragon effect monster, 2600 attack, 1600 defense. Each effect can only be used once per turn except for the second one. First effect, as a quick effect, you can discard this card, special summon a level 4 lower Dragonmaid monster from your hand. That's not too bad of an effect considering all the level 4 lower Dragonmaid monsters actually do trigger on summon. Second effect, while you control a fusion monster, this card cannot be destroyed by card effects. Third effect, at the end of the battle phase you can return this card to your hand if you do special summon a level 2 Dragonmaid monster from your hand. So definitely a very interesting card, kind of actually allowing you to do a bit of combo plays and everything like that during, or rather at the end of the battle phase. So it will be very interesting to see the different interactions that are involved with these particular cards. Now we've already gone over Dragonmaid Laundry, so we're going to move on to the next card. Over here we have Dragonmaid Fluss, level 7 Water Dragon effect monster. This one's the one that corresponds to Laundry, which we've already gone over. Attack 2600, 1600 defense. First and third effect can only be used once per turn. First effect, you can discard this card and target a monster in your graveyard, return that monster to the deck. Second effect, while you control a fusion monster, this card cannot be destroyed by card effects. If this is actually a common effect or common passive effect of all these level 7 Dragonmaid monsters, then they'll definitely be really good, considering that if you move on to battle, then you could definitely do quite a few things here, and it will be difficult for your opponent to actually get rid of your board. Third effect, at the end of the battle phase you can return this card to the hand if you do special summon one level 2 Dragonmaid monster from your hand. Again, similar to the other one, allowing you to potentially go with a few combos here, so I'll be very interested to see the interactions. Moving on here we have Dragonmaid Tilru. This is probably my favorite artwork of the Dragonmaids here. I definitely really like her in this particular one. She kind of looks like Erza from Fairy Tail, if you guys actually know that. But yeah, it's a level 3 Fire Dragon effect monster, 500 attack, 1700 defense. First and second effects can only be used once per turn. First effect, if this card is summoned in any way, then you can add a Dragonmaid monster from your deck to your hand, accept itself, then send one Dragonmaid monster from your hand to the graveyard. Second effect, at the start of the battle phase you can return this card to the hand if you do special summon a level 8 Dragonmaid monster from your hand or graveyard. So we can see here that some of the Dragonmaid monsters will actually be level 7, some will be level 8, so we're definitely going to be very interesting here. It puts specific corresponding monsters to actually work together, but they can't actually work in a mix in a different way. For example, Tilru wouldn't be able to summon the other Dragonmaid monsters unless they were also level 8. That being said, her corresponding Dragonmaid dragon is Dragonmaid Flam, level 8 Fire Dragon effect monster, 2700 attack, 1700 defense. First and third effects can only be used once per turn. First effect, quick effect, you discard this card, then target a Dragonmaid monster you control. It gains 2000 attack until the end of this turn. Very nice here, considering this is a quick effect, then this card is pretty much like a another version of Honest or Kalute for Black Wings, so it's very cool. Second effect, if you control a fusion monster, this card cannot be destroyed by card effects, so this is definitely a really nice effect. Third effect, at the end of the battle phase, you can return this card to the hand if you do special summon a level 3 Dragonmaid monster from your hand, so that being very specific here to her corresponding Dragonmaid. Next we have Dragonmaid Parlor, level 3 Wind Dragon effect monster, 500 attack, 1700 defense. First and second effect can only be used once per turn. If this card is summoned, you can send one Dragonmaid monster from your deck to your graveyard except itself. Second effect, at the start of the battle phase, you can return this card to your hand if you do special summon a level 8 Dragonmaid monster from your hand or graveyard. Her corresponding dragon is Dragonmaid Luft, level 8 Wind Dragon effect monster, 2700 attack, 1700 defense. First and third effects can only be used once per turn. First effect, you can discard this card, then target one face-up monster on the field for the rest of the turn. That target cannot activate its effects that activate on the field. Second effect, while you control a fusion monster, can't be destroyed by card effects. Third effect, at the end of the battle phase, you can return this card to your hand if you do special summon a level 3 Dragonmaid monster from your hand. As you can see, there are definitely a few patterns that we notice with the different Dragonmaid cards. The monsters or the dragons have very similar effects, whereas the maids themselves have their own corresponding similar effects. Now this is the most interesting one of all. We have Dragonmaid Housekey, kind of like a play on words with Housekeeper, so very interesting here. Level 9 Light Dragon Fusion effect monster, 3000 attack, 2000 defense. Requires a Dragonmaid monster and a dragon monster, so very interesting there. Obviously you have plenty of materials to work from. First effect, once per turn during the standby phase, you can target one other Dragonmaid monster you control, special summon in defense position, one Dragonmaid monster from your hand or graveyard, whose level is either one higher or one lower than that monster's. Obviously some of the big dragons are 7s and some of the other ones are level 8s, so it definitely gives you options to summon whichever one you need. Second effect, when another face-up dragon monster you control is returned to your hand, you can target one monster your opponent controls and destroy that target. Definitely very nice, and I don't see it being a once per turn effect at all, so that means if you have her on the field and you're bouncing back multiples of your big dragon's effects, which they all have by the way, you can destroy a lot of monsters your opponent controls, so that's definitely very nice. Then of course we have Dragonmaid Hospitality. Now of course I already went over this card in a different video, so be sure to check that out, so we're going to move on. Next we have Dragonmaid Reception, continuous spell card. You can only use the second effect of this card's name once per turn. First effect, monsters you control gain 100 attack and defense for each Dragonmaid monster you control. Second effect, if you control 2 or more Dragonmaid monsters, you can target one Dragonmaid card in your graveyard except itself added to your hand. Third effect, if this card is sent to the graveyard for the rest of the turn, all Dragonmaid monsters you control become unable to be targeted by your opponent's card effects. Definitely a very nice card. Of course, the Dragonmaids, particularly the maids themselves, are able to actually ditch cards to the graveyard, including Reception. So that pretty much means that if your monsters can't be targeted and it can't be destroyed by card effects, then that only leaves the opponent the option to actually destroy them by battle. So definitely very nice, and considering how high the attack of your monsters are, it's not too bad at all. Next we have Dragonmaid Changing, normal spell card. You can only use the second effect of this card's name once per turn. First effect, fusion summon a dragon fusion monster from your extra deck using monsters from your hand or field as fusion material. Second effect, if this card is in your graveyard, you can target one Dragonmaid monster you control, add it to your hand, and if you do, return that monster to the hand. Definitely very nice, obviously allowing you to combo off with the particular fusion monster as well, kind of facilitating it by actually bouncing back your own monsters, particularly your Dragonmaids, so very cool. Definitely like how things are actually able to work off pretty well here. For the last card we have Dragonmaid Relaxation, a continuous trap card, the only trap card. You can target one Dragonmaid monster you control and then activate one of these effects. Return the targeted monster to your hand, and if you do, add a Dragonmaid monster from your deck to your hand except itself. Or you could return the targeted monster to your hand, and if you do, return a spell trap your opponent controls to their hand. So again, kind of a great way to actually get rid of your opponent's potential set mirror forces, which might disrupt your plays. But as an overall, I do like this archetype. Some people might think it's a bit underwhelming, but overall I do actually like this deck, and I think you could definitely make it work. It's not going to be a meta defining deck or anything, but it will definitely be one of the more interesting decks that you could actually try out. In fact, it could borderline be a rogue deck, but otherwise it would be one of the better casual decks that you could actually play. So if you actually want to play casual, I think this is actually definitely a really good deck, but at a competitive level like meta or rogue, I think you'll definitely have a bit of trouble actually doing something unless we get more support that might actually facilitate the combos with this particular deck. That being said, I do love the artwork of this overall archetype, and I'll definitely be building this deck when it comes out, so can't wait till then. But in the meantime, let me know what your thoughts are on this in the comment section down below. In the meantime, I hope you have a great day. I'll see you next time.